Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. Okay, guys, so this is the last weekend before Mother's Day, and I have quite the treat for you. But before we get into all of the stuff and the ish and the ick, well, you guys know how this works. We're back to talk about some New Jersey. I don't know if you guys saw the preview. Um, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty wild. So we're gonna break into all of that. Before we do, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And I say with that, let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we're going to start with Dolores Katania. One of my favorites. I love Dolores. But actually, before we start with Dolores, I did want to say to you guys, everyone, we know it's coming up. It's Mother's Day. We love our moms so much, whether it's our mom or somebody who is like a mother figure in our life. I think it's so important to celebrate them and make sure that we make them feel special because they wiped our asses and did things for us and like made sure that we were taken care of and not out just like struggling. I don't mean to be so graphic about it, but it is true. So I partnered up with roseforever.com. All you have to do is go to roseforever.com. The roses come in so many different shapes and sizes, whether you want domes, big ones, little ones, whatever it is, whatever we can afford. But the best part is flowers are so expensive anyways, but these guys last for over a year. And they have these like little preservatives that keep them smelling amazing. And the material is vegan friendly. So all you have to do is at checkout, use code Adam40 for $40 off and use code Adam combined with it for free shipping. Now, with that, let's get back to the Dolores. I'll remind you at the end. Thank you to Reality Blurb. Dolores Katania claims the Real Housewives of New Jersey cast finale fight at Rail's Steakhouse was relationship ending for members of the group. As she promoted the 14th season of the show, Dolores reflected on the fight, which left her seated at a table alone, surrounded by broken glass, and admitted that when it came to her behavior during filming, the group dynamic brought out a side of her that fans haven't seen in a long time. What you're going to see is the finale of a lot of relationships there. It's definitely closure for people, and you can't come back from that stuff that you're going to see at the finale. No coming back. If there was a shadow of a doubt, that's gone. I tried so hard not to get to the point that it's at, but because it got to that point, you have to say it's so bad that it's time to let things go. Now, during the cast's fight at Rails, Dolores seemingly yells, "You fucking lying, see you next Tuesday," except she said the word, to Margaret Josephs. And while she has yet to confirm who her anger was aimed at, Dolores admitted it was probably one of the worst you've seen in her. I've had my issues this season. Oh, I've had my things on and off that you'll see, and I've gotten through them and I've moved forward. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. But although her status with Margaret remains unknown, Dolores has remained on good terms with Teresa, who she said had trouble recalling what went down at Rails. The funniest thing is, Teresa wasn't even mentally there. She actually asked me, "You won't see this," because she called me on the way home and she goes, "What'd she say?" Luckily, despite the cast's many spats at Rails Steakhouse, they have not been banned from the venue quite yet. We're the entertainment. They didn't even have to hire a band that day. And she said they tipped extra. Now, as the divide remains between many of the women on Real Housewives of New Jersey, they are preparing to celebrate the premiere separately. Teresa and Melissa Gorga still can't be in the same room together, is what a source told the US Sun on May 3rd. Margaret Josephs is actually throwing a big party, so we're all going to Margaret's house. And I won't say all of us, but I would say a majority of us are going to Margaret's house. And I feel like the Jersey cast always kind of splits up into sections, as you can tell. So, yeah, I think a lot of us are going to Margaret's house this year. While Margaret previously confirmed the event, saying that her friends and her family would be attending the Cinco de Mayo themed event, an insider said that Teresa, Jennifer Aiden, and Jackie Goldschneider were not invited. As for the rest of the cast, Rachel Fuda and her husband John are currently vacationing in Europe. Danielle Cabral will be hosting a premiere party at Red Bank Steakhouse, and Dolores will reportedly be at Margaret's. I'm more central Jersey, and the girls are more North Jersey, so I'm doing a wonderful premiere party at Gabriella Steakhouse for everybody that's in my neck of the woods. It's going to be a phenomenal party. I'm really looking forward to it. But meanwhile, Teresa will be in Los Angeles doing press, and Jennifer and her husband Bill will be at home with their family. Hmm. Okay. Now, on top of that, just moving forward, making sure that we cover all New Jersey news. Thank you to All About the Real Housewives, but Margaret and Dolores talked Teresa and the Gorgas' relationship ending for good. So they appeared on the daytime talk show Sherry to promote season 14. And during the interview, the two discussed Teresa, Melissa, and Joe ending their relationship for good, but they also teased the drama to come throughout season 14. Listen, sometimes, families are just not meant to be together anymore. That's what I say. It's time to move on. That's what Margaret said of Teresa's relationship with the Gorgas. This season, it's very different and in a good way. And I think people are going to really love it. But host Sherry Shepard then asked Dolores Catania, who has known Teresa and Joe since they were teens, it's so much drama surrounding the sister in laws, Teresa and Melissa. I mean, Dolores, how does it make you feel to see the family? They are really split apart. And Dolores said, it hurt me because I really think it's the end. I've seen these fights. We've all seen, the fights over the years, but I think this is the finale, and I think it's irreparable at this point. At this point, I do now. I knew them when they were little, and they were inseparable, so close. And she loved her brother, and over the years, it's just dissipated. And I mean, it's sad. It's so sad. I get a little emotional this season, yeah, over some of the fighting, and I don't do that. I'm not a crier, but I did at one point. Now, the former host of The View then asked Margaret, do you not feel like Melissa and Teresa should work things out? And she said, no, I don't. I think it's gone past the point of repair. And I think sometimes it's just gone too far. And because it's your family doesn't mean you have to love them. But Margaret did note that she believes the Giudice and Gorga cousins should remain close despite the drama between their parents. The kids should stay together. So much water has gone under the bridge and so many things you cannot come back from. But Dolores also added, I think it's time they just admit that they can't stand each other. And it's done. It's over. It's healthier for both of them. Sometimes it just happens that way. Now, the two Real Housewives and New Jersey stars also joked about the fact that the house that they were supposed to stay in for their big cast trip burnt down, which they now believe is a metaphor for the season. Well, it set the pace for the season. The house that we were supposed to stay in, like 5 alarm fire burnt down to the ground, is what Margaret said. It was like just such a metaphor. Not a metaphor. She said, yeah, a metaphor. But also, one thing that I didn't necessarily understand is Rachel Fuda is shading Teresa Giudice over her House of Villains gig, saying that she needs the money. I don't know if that's true, but let me just tell you. Rachel appeared on Page Six's virtual reality podcast and couldn't wait to throw shade at Teresa's choice to join House of Villains, the competition show where reality stars compete for a cash prize. Hustling for a buck out here in these streets, you got to do what you got to do, is what she reacted before firing additional shots. She took the title. I didn't take the first punch, as she says, right? So she called herself a villain. Now, New Jersey fans were on the edge of their seat when the trailer dropped earlier this week, showing the Fuda's explosive argument with Teresa after the latter fueled rumors about John. And in the clip, Rachel told Teresa to keep her husband's name out of her fat fucking hot dog lipped mouth. Oh, God. Rachel made no apologies for her reaction, stating, if you come after my family, I'm going to defend them. I'm going to do what anybody else would do. I didn't go into this season thinking that's what I was going to do. I definitely thought me, my husband, or both would be attacked for sure. And that was definitely in the forefront of my mind. But she made it clear that she's John's ride or die. I just think, you have to be supportive of your family, and my husband has to be supportive of me. And for him to really be involved in a career choice that I made, I'm just really grateful to have him by my side through all of that. So, oi, oi, oi. This is gonna be a freaking shit show. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off on the New Jersey drama. Don't forget to check out our Rose Forever and make sure you click on the links pinned in the description and also pinned in the comments. And make sure you spoil Mom for Mother's Day. Okay. Well, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.